Yeah. What's going on, man? What's going on? Now, I mean, we got the best of Vic's Kickback episode 4. Now, I mean, me and my homie Vic. Now, I mean, yeah, man. Just want to touch on something real quick. Yeah, I know we got these new rules of engagement. Listen, I am not wavering off of these things. All right, this is what it's gonna be, and either you're with it or you're not. I mean, that's just where it's at, and what I mean. I'm on my square on that one for real. All right. So with that being said, what I mean, the homie got his drink. He ready to get it going. Know what I mean, Vic, what up, baby?
What's good, bro?
Man, I got something cooked up for you today, man. I always got something. I always got something in the, up in the up in the crock pot. You know what I mean? Always got something brewing and cooking. You know what I mean?
Cook
So
it
let me just
on,
get
bro. I'm hungry.
yeah. Let me just get right into it, man. Because this dude was sharing was very very profound when I watched this. All right, fair use as always. Let me get into my fair use banner. There you go. All right, let's get into it, man.
I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer. So a long time ago, I asked myself a simple question: how would I remove 99.9% of my personal liability like that? Because I really don't want to worry about all these things. So I use the safest form of payment that exists on the face of the earth, and that is a credit card. Credit card. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover card. Not debit credit, but credit card. Every day of my life, I spend their money. I don't spend my money. My money sits in a money market account. It earns interest. So I'm building credit while I'm using that credit card. But if tomorrow someone gets my card number and charges $1 million on my credit card by federal law, my liability is zero. I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer.
Vic, what you think, dog?
That's heavy. That's way heavier than it may indicate at first glance. What he said is, we are not the same. That's what he said. You do it like that, but we been over here doing it like this, to the point where my kids were never even allowed to even know what that was about, that you over there still doing. At the end of the day, is the white man's ice colder? Shit, it might be.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
We at his house.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
But this is what here's where I'm going with this, right? I was just being facetious in that moment. Where I'm going with this is this. What he spoke on, because this isn't about race. This is about financial literacy, because it's some white folks that don't get it either. Liability is everything in America, because this is a litigation-based capitalistic system. Our money, the value of it is not intrinsic. It's figurative. You see what I'm saying? So why would you be playing for keeps with cash? You see what I'm saying? Because cash is a stagnant value. You see what I'm saying? You would think. But see, depreciation is a whole nother American concept not depreciation. What's the word I'm looking for? Inflation.
Break it. Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Inflation. That's the word I'm looking for. So inflation is something that is only created by the people in power to burn or create the money. Now that anybody can create the money digitally, the currency is completely unstable. So you will want to play with the least vulnerable version of that and go as far as you can away from your home stash. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I saw him saying. Now, I don't know if that came through as lucid as I thought it did, but tell me what you think, bro.
Wow. I think you're making a lot of points, man. I think it's it always comes back to the fact of like the way that most of them play the game, like you said, is way different than how we play the game. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when you create a game, you know what I mean, you know rules that the other person who just playing it don't know. You know what I mean? So if I make Super Mario Brothers, right, then when you play it, you playing it just as a player. When I play it, I'm playing as a creator. So I'm able to manipulate the game and start doing jumps. And you're like, wait, how you do that? You know what I mean? How you did that spin? He was on that level. He was on level 2. How you get to level 5 in like 2 minutes? What is he doing? Because I created the game. You know what I mean? So the one who creates the game comes up with the rules, right? And they're able to basically finesse the rules and use the rules to their advantage. You know what I mean? It's like the house you in right now, right? If I own the house, right, I manipulate the situation of that home, right? I decide who is there and who is not. You know what I mean? I decide what amenities I want in there and what I don't want in there, right? Because it's my house, so I can manipulate the environment. So that's all he's talking about is just the environment in which his people created in this country, which they did because they came up with all the bylaws and statutes and other things. And yeah, our people played a part in kind of like, voting and modifying certain things. And salute to, the Dr. Martin Luther Kings and the Mary McLeod Bethunes and the Barbara Jordans and the Sojourner Truths and all them, right? Salute to all of them, you know what I mean, that fought, in the Frederick Douglasses and all that, right? All the ones who fought politically, you know what I mean, to sway things, right? Salute to them. But we gotta understand when they're trying politically to sway something, I could probably have new rules put into the game, but I still didn't create it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. Okay. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be a difference. You know what I mean? And that difference, as people as subtle as it may seem nowadays, because they want you to not see how big it is, it's huge. You know what I'm saying? It's what separates, you know what I mean, the economic, political, social, and just overall line between, us and them. That's the one separation. That's always been the one separation. We own this place, right? We will allow you to have civil rights. We will allow you to have some type of financial gain in just small ways. But we own this place, okay? And we want to always remind you of that. It's always a reminder. You always get reminders, right? Whether you want to pay attention to them or not, right? Whether you want to ignore them or not. Whether it's them shutting down Instagram and Facebook for a minute, whether it's them shutting down AT&T 2 weeks ago, right? You get reminders that this is not yours. You know what I'm saying? So those reminders that we getting, are we really paying attention? Or are we just like, all right, yeah, it was off for a little while, but it's back on now, so I'm good. I'm guilty of it too. Trust me, I am. I'm guilty of that, of getting to the point where I'm comfortable with just the norm because I've been desensitized. You know what I mean? I say it all the time. If you live in this country, you've been desensitized to a certain point. It's just natural. It's something that you can try to fight, but how radical can you be when after a while you're gonna be like, you know what, man, I do want to go to McDonald's today, so I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? How radical can you be when you're gonna conform to some type of comfortability? You know what I mean? You ain't gonna storm the House of Representatives with a, you know, with your army or with your delegation and demand them to give you, you know, true liberation. You're not gonna do that. None of us are gonna do that. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Unless we're not gonna do it, we're not gonna do it in the circumstances that we are in now. So that's why things are the way they are. You know what I mean? And we have to understand that. So yeah.
So do you subscribe to the message that he was putting through as far as how to manage or to best manage your financial liability?
Of course, because he's speaking from like I said, he's speaking from the standpoint of somebody who owns, right? Or somebody who's in a position of power. You can tell he has a position of power. You know, you can tell from his mannerisms, the way he talks, you know what I mean, just his overall aura. You can tell he's not speaking to you from a lower position. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to probably political, social, and financial gain. He's speaking from a place of somewhat of authority, right? At least authority in this realm. I'm not talking about the spiritual realm, right? That's a conversation for another day. I'm talking about in this realm, he's speaking of that type of positioning, right? So yes, I definitely do believe that there's some credence to what this man is saying.
Well, the reason I ask is because I think sometimes we make shit harder than it is. And sometimes other people would like you to continue to believe that things are much harder than they actually are. The hardest thing that you're ever going to face in this world is death and discipline. That's it. That's it. Everybody can say that they ready to go or they ain't ready to go or what they'll do if they had to get into a situation. But other than that, discipline is the hardest thing you got to deal with. And if you can be disciplined enough to create some sense of stability around you, then from that platform, you can start to implement things that can get you to a level where you can create a microcosm of maybe the level that he's at. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's a principle. That's why Dave Ramsey's baby steps can apply to anybody. Even though you might not be a Dave Ramsey type nigga, that formula works, bro. It's like, do that. And I promise you, you'll be better off than if you didn't do that. So from that, I just straight take the game for what it's worth. Because if I'm playing Monopoly, ain't no point in me thinking about how great a chess player I am, nigga. This ain't chess. You see what I'm saying? This ain't that.
Yes, sir.
Play the game that they're giving you. So if they're gonna make money and create money, then take all of your assets and things that don't have a fluctuating value, store those things in a place, you know what I mean, that you would at least consider safe. If you got all your money in a bank account, in a cash account, you already losing because your soldiers ain't marching. They ain't doing nothing for you. And then you got to have enough in a currency that whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's gold, he didn't get into that. But talk to Robert Kiyosaki. There's a lot of heavy hitters. That's a whole market. That's a whole, bro. We could do a whole channel about financial literacy, bro. This is not nothing we could try to contained in a brief conversation.
Okay. Well, listen, y'all. This was brief. This is the best of Vic's Kickback, episode 4. All right. We done did 4 of these things. All right. Listen, y'all. You know what I mean? Please support all the content creators you see, man. Please support Victor Freeze music. All right. I got to put that in my thing, too. My ticker. Support everybody that you see, man. KNR, Knowledge of Relationships. Notorious Miles Podcast, Smitty's Corner. Embrace the Grace. Game of Dragons. Everybody, man. Everybody support everybody that you see up in the ticker, man. Please like and subscribe. Evolution Era Media. You know what I mean? Shout out to Evolution. What's going on? You know what I mean? Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Shout out to Ruby Doll and Kaya Storm. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody, man, that's been a part of the movement. Special shout out to Chef, man, 100 Watts. You know what I mean? Gotta give a shout out, to the other people, Lady Andrea, everybody, man. Shout out to everybody, man. For real. With that being said, y'all, we are out. Later, y'all. Where my outro at? Boom.